Hello, today I'll be talking about Sandshrew, the first ground-type Pokemon. If one wishes to count Alolan Sandshrew as number 27, that version is the first Ice Steel and Ice Steel Pokemon. Its previous PYC dates are March 24th, 1996, January 13th, 1999, November 3rd, 2001, August 24th, 2004, January 15th, 2007, April 15th, 2010, January 24th, 2013, November 5th, 2015, September 5th, 2018, and June 26th, 2021. I like that the design of Sandshrew feels like a real creature with pyramid texture skin. I love that instead of sand blocks, Alolan Sandshrew uses ice blocks, and its head looks like an igloo. I think that's cool. Let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we're talking about Sandshrew, the mouse Pokemon, with a number of 0027. Here's Sandshrew, here's Alolan Sandshrew. Types, ground, as normal Sandshrew. Alolan Sandshrew is Ice Steel. As non-Alolan Sandshrew, its ability is Sandveil. As Alolan Sandshrew, its ability is Snow Cloak. Sand Rush is non-Alolan Sandshrew's hidden ability, and Slush Rush is Alolan Sandshrew's hidden ability. Gender ratio, 50% male and 50% female. Catch rate is 255, or 43.9%. Breeding, egg group field. Hatch time 20 cycles. Non-Alolan Sandshrew has a height of 2 foot, or 0.6 meters, and weighs 265 pounds, or 12 kilograms. Alolan Sandshrew has a height of 2 foot 4, or 0.7 meters, and has a weight of 88.2, or 40 kilograms. Base experience yield is 93 in the first 4 gens, and 60 in the 5th gen onwards. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield is 1 with it in defense. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Its Pokedex color is yellow. Other forms may have other colors. Base friendship is 70. Sandshrew is a ground-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves into Sandslash starting at level 22. In Alola, Sandshrew has a dual-type Ice Steel regional form. It evolves into Alolan Sandslash when exposed to an Ice Stone. These Sandslash can be found in Blueberry Academy's terrarium. Biology. Sandshrew is a bipedal polydote Pokemon, but runs on all fours in the anime. Its brick-patterned yellow hide is dry and tough, blends in with the desert sand, and protects its soft white underbelly and muzzle. Sandshrew has blue almond-shaped eyes, and a pointed snout and triangular ears with white insides. Its tail is thick and conical. It has 2 long claws on each foot, and 3 sharp claws on its forepaws, which are used to burrow. So here we can see it blending in with its surroundings. Sandshrew spends much of its time hidden underground in deep burrows. It only emerges to lunge and dragon passing bug-type Pokemon. Sandshrew can quickly curl into a tight ball to protect itself from great falls and opponents, but may also throw sand at attackers. While its body can effectively absorb water to facilitate life in the desert, Sandshrew has been found in caves as well. It also lives deep underground and nests it has created from digging tunnels. Should hard rocks get in the way of digging, Sandshrew will use its sharp claws to remove them before continuing to dig. If it is too wet, the skin becomes wrinkly. It dries itself out by using the geothermal heat near a volcano. It is also known to bathe in sand, which helps remove dirt and moisture from its body. Forms. Sandshrew has a regional form, Alolan Sandshrew. In the Alola region, Sandshrew migrated to snowy mountains due to the volcanic activity near the desert areas. Its body is light, icy blue with a cream-colored belly and muzzle. Thicker plates form a dome around its head, and its ears resemble an igloo's entrances. In adapting to the cold climate, its body became larger and heavier with a shell of hard ice covering its hide. The shell is also made of very hard steel. So we get some concept art of Alolan Sandshrew from Pokemon Sun and Moon, using it like a curling thing. The steel-like covering grants it extra defense from predators like Sneasel, but it is unable to curl into a ball like its desert counterparts. Smarter predators, such as Weavile, exploit its soft underbelly. Alolan Sandshrew can bury itself in the snow to avoid being blown away by blizzards. Its claws allow it to move without slipping on icy surfaces, but it slides on its stomach when it needs to move quickly. A traditional Alolan custom during festivals is a competition to see who can slide Alolan Sandshrew across the ice the furthest. They can also be found in the polar biome of Blueberry Academy's terrarium, where Alola's island life is simulated. Evolution, Sandshrew evolves into Sandslash, Alolan Sandshrew evolves into Alolan Sandslash. You can see Sandshrew here, and Alolan Sandshrew, Game data, Pokedex entries. In Gen 1, for Red and Blue, burrows deep underground, in arid locations far from water. It only emerges to hunt for food. Yellow, its body is dry when it gets cold at night. Its hide is said to become coated in a fine dew. Psidium, when hunting, it hides the lip of its burrow. If prey comes close, it lunges out and drags in the prey instantly. In Gen 2, in Gold, If it fell from a great height, this Pokemon could save itself by rolling into a ball and bouncing. Silver, disliking water, it lives in deep burrows and arid areas. It can roll itself instantly into a ball. Crystal, it prefers dry, sandy places because it uses the sand to protect itself when threatened. Stadium 2 is just gold again. Gen 3, Ruby. Sandshrew's body is configured to absorb water without waste, enabling it to survive in an arid desert. This Pokemon curls up to protect itself from its enemies. Sandshrew has a very dry hide that is extremely tough. The Pokemon can roll into a ball that repels any attack. At night, it burrows into the desert sand to its sleep. An Emerald, when it curls up in a ball, it can make any attack bounce off harmlessly. Its hide has turned tough and solid as a result of living in the desert. Fire Red, it burrows and lives underground. If threatened, it curls itself up into a ball for protection. Leaf Green is just red and blue again. For Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, to protect itself from attackers, it curls up into a ball. It lives in arid regions with minimal rainfall. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are just gold and silver. So in Gen 5, Black and White are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And Black 2 and White 2, it digs deep burrows to live in. When in danger, it rolls up its body to withstand attacks. In Gen 6, X is Fire Red, Y is the Silver entries, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are their Ruby and Sapphire counterparts. In Gen 7, Sun, it can roll its body into a ball. It moves through the desert by rolling at high speeds. In Moon, it usually makes its home in deserts and arid zones, where rain does not fall. It digs holes to catch bug-type Pokemon. In Ultra Sun, it lives in areas of limited rainfall. When danger approaches, it curls up into a ball to protect its soft stomach. In Ultra Moon, when its skin gets wrinkled from moisture, it heads for a volcano. It lies flat on a spot with a lot of geothermal heat and dries itself out. So let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee, or just yellow. Now for a lowland Sandshrew, in Sun, it lives on snowy mountains. Its steel shell is very hard, so much so, it can't roll its body into a ball. Moon, an ancient tradition of a lowland festival still carried on to this day, is a competition to slide Sandshrew across ice as far as one can. Ultra Sun, after fleeing a volcanic eruption, it ended up moving to an area of snowy mountains. Its ice shell is as hard as steel. In Ultra Moon, the skin on its back is as hard as steel. Predators go after its soft body, so it clings to the ground desperately. In the Let's Go games, its ice-covered body lets it slide across the ground with bullet-like speed, sending its enemies flying when it hits them. In Gen 8, in Sword, it loves to bathe in the grit of dry, sandy areas. By sandbathing, this Pokemon rids itself of dirt and moisture clinging to its body. In Shield, it burrows into the ground to create its nest. If hard stones impede its tumbling, it uses its sharp claws to scatter them and then carries on digging. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are their Diamond and Pearl counterparts. For Alolan Sandshrew and Sword, life on mountains covered with deep snow has granted this Pokemon a body of ice that's as hard as steel. In Shield, it lives in snowy mountains on southern islands. When a blizzard rolls in, this Pokemon hunkers down in the snow to avoid getting blown away. In Gen 9, for non-Alolan Sandshrew, in Scarlet, that's just Black 2 and White 2's entries. In Violet, no matter how high a place it falls from, this Pokemon can save itself by rolling in a ball and bouncing. For Alolan Sandshrew, in Scarlet's, that's Sun's entry, and Violet is Moon's entry. So here is Sandshrew in the Alola Pokedex, here's Alolan Sandshrew in the Alola Pokedex, here's Sandshrew in the Kid Kami Pokedex, and here's Alolan Sandshrew in the Blueberry Pokedex. Game locations, side game locations, and events. Held items, for Sandshrew, Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for held item to appear. Games, red, blue, and yellow, you get a berry 100% of the time. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, you get Quick Claw 5% of the time. Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, you get Quick Claw 100% of the time. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2, White 2, X and Y. You get Quick Claw 5% of the time. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sword, Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. You get Grip Claw 5% of the time. For Alolan Sandshrew, from Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, you get Grip Claw 5% of the time. So stats. Base stats, we're going to compare Sandshrew with Alolan Sandshrew here. So its HP is 50, attack is 75, defense is 85, this one is 90. Special attack is 20, this one's 10. Special defense is 30, this one's 35. This one's speed is 40, this one's speed is 40, so they're both 300. Note here in Sandshrew's thing, this Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 30. Pokethon stats. Okay, now we're going to compare the type effectiveness between the two of them. Sandshrew is damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, ground, bug, ghost, steel, fire, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. The only thing it keeps is Ghost, Steel, and dark. Everything else is different. So this is damaged normally by rock, ghost, steel, water, electric, and dark. This one's weak to water, grass, and ice for double. It's wildly different in this one. It's weak. Lowland Sandshrew is weak to fighting for 4, and ground for 2, and fighting also for 4. This one is immune to electric. This one's immune to poison. This one's resistant to poison for half, and rock for half. This one's resistant to normal, flying, bug, grass, psychic, ice, dragon, and fairy. For all but ice, that's a half. For ice, it's a 4th. For Sandshrew, its note is, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of electric type moves is 1, so it goes from 0 to 1. For Alolan Sandshrew, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of poison type moves is 1, so it goes from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up Sandshrew. 1 is Scratch and Defense Curl. 3 is Poison Sting. 6 is Sand Attack. 9 Rollout. 12 Fury Cutter. 15 Rapid Spin. 18 Bulldoze. 21 Swift. 24 Fury Swipes. 27 Agility. 30 Slash. 33 Dig. 36 Gyro Ball. 39 Swords Dance. 42 Sandstorm. 45 Earthquake. For Alolan Sandshrew, 1 Scratch and Defense Curl. 3 Mist. 6 Powder Snow. 9 Rollout. 12 Fury Cutter, 15 Rapid Spin, 18 Metal Claw, 21 Swift, 24 Fury Swipes, 27 Iron Defense, 30 Slash, 33 Iron Head, 36 Gyro Ball, 39 Sword Dance, 42 Snow Escape, and 45 Blizzard. 5 TM, Sandshrew, 1 Takedown, 4 Agility, 5 Mudslap, 7 Protect, 12 Low Kick, 18 Thief, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 28 Bulldoze, 30 Metal Claw, 32 Swift, 35 Mudshot, 36 Rock Tomb, 43 Fling, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 51 Sandstorm, 55 Dig, 57 False Swipe, 58 Brick Break, 61 Shadow Claw, 66 Body Slam, 70 Sleep Talk, 83 Poison Jab, 84 Stomping Tantrum, 85 Rest, 86 Rock Slide, 88 Swords Dance, 90 Spikes, 95 Leech Life, 103 Substitute, 105 X-Scissor, 116 Stealth Rock, 128 Amnesia, 133 Earth Power, 149 Earthquake, 150 Stone Edge, 171 Terra Blast, 176 Sand Tomb, 179 Smackdown, 180 Gyro Ball, 181 Knockoff, 183 Hyper Fang. 186 High Horsepower, 192 Focus Punch, 204 Double Edge, 205 Endeavor, 215 Scorching Sands, 221 Throat Chop, 224 Curse. For Alolan Sandshrew here, 1 Takedown, 7 Protect, 12 Low Kick, 18 Thief, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 28 Bulldoze, 31 Metal Claw, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 36 Rock Tomb, 43 Fling, 46 Avalanche, 47 Endure, 52 Snowscape, 55 Dig, 58 Brick Break, 61 Shadow Claw, 66 Body Slam, 69 Ice Punch, 70 Sleep Talk, 83 Poison Jab, 85 Rest, 86 Rock Slide, 88 Swords Dance, 93 Flash Cannon, 95 Leech Seed, 99 Iron Head, 103 Substitute, 104 Iron Defense, 105 X-Scissor, 116 Stealth Rock, 124 Ice Spinner, 128 Amnesia, 135 Ice Beam, 143 Blizzard, 149 Earthquake, 170 Steel Beam, 171 Terra Blast, 180 Gyro Ball, 181 Knockoff, 183 Super Fang, 187 Icicle Spear, 192 Focus Punch, 204 Double Edge, 205 Endeavor, 212 Triple Axle, 221 Throat Chop, 224 Curse. Okay, by breeding, this is Sandshrew. You get Counter from this group, Foil from this group, Home Claws from this group, Metal Claw from this group, Mudslap from this group, Night Slash from this group. Then for Alolan Sandshrew, you get Counter from this group, Crush Claw from this group, Curse from this group, Flail from this group, Hone Claws from this group, Ice Shard from this group, Mirror Coat from this group, and Night Slash from this group. TCG only moves, you get Slam on this card, side game data, I got all this. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. It hurls lumps of sand to attack, and then in Guardian Signs, it triggers tremors and opens fissures that make Pokemon paused. Okay. Then we've got a new Pokemon Snap in the Photo Dex. The skin on Sandshrew's back is very hard, and Sandshrew protects itself by curling into a ball. This also helps it move around faster. It can just roll around the desert. For Alolan Sandshrew, it's side game data. Got its evolution data. So here you just level up. This one you need an Ice Stone for. And we got the sprites here. This one's kind of... I mean, this one's not terrible. Not as bad as, like, Pidgey, for example. But yeah, it is a little wildly different from it's. I mean, it's a little different from its what we would know Sandshrew to look like, you know, here in later ones. So now we've got the sort of greenish. I think maybe I said it was army green in another episode. This is, I guess, this is for a lot of shinies. Have this. Yeah. Okay, so then, yeah, Ruby, we go from the sort of brown to the yellow that we know today. Then we got the, now it's got a, what's it got? It's now green instead of this other green. It's a, yeah, more distinct. Okay, then we move down to diamond. You can see all that, or in the Gen 4, I mean, Gen 5, you got all this. Gen 6, it becomes kind of a lighter. They both kind of get lighter here. Okay, then we get the Alolands. We get to see what shiny Alolan looks like. It just seems to replace the yellow belly with a blue belly. Then we got all these. These are better quality. You know, kind of a little bit darker now. Then we got Home. Got all these. Yeah. In the anime, you got Sandshrew in the anime. Alolan Sandshrew in the anime. All these. This Pokedex entries, Diamond and Pearl episode 47 and Dawn's Pokedex. Sandshrew, the mouse Pokemon. Sandshrew hates moisture and lives in holes. It digs in dry places. It protects itself by curling into a ball. And Sun and Moon episode 60 in the Rotom Pokedex. Sandshrew, a lowland form, the mouse Pokemon, and ice and steel type. Their outer armor is like steel, which prevents them from rolling up into a ball. Okay. Pokemon Origins, Sandshrew in Origins with a Sand Slash. The manga, Alolan, Sandshrew and Pokemon Adventures, Sandshrew and Electric Tail of Pikachu, Pokemon gotta catch 'em all. In the TCG, other appearances, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sandshrew appears as a spirit. In trivia, no other Pokemon has the same type combination as Alolan Sandshrew and as a Alolan evolved form. The second one we've already read in the Rattata one. Alolan Sandshrew has the lowest base stat special attack stat of any Pokemon, tied with Shuckle, Feebas, and Bonsly. Sandshrew has the lowest base special attack stat of all ground-type Pokemon. Both Sandshrew and Alolan Sandshrew have abilities that boost evasion in certain weather. Sandstorm for Sandshrew and Hail for Alolan Sandshrew, and hidden abilities that boost speed in those same weather conditions. Alolan Sandshrew can be seen as a parallel to Alolan Vulpix. Both were initially introduced in Gen 1 and got Alolan forms in Sun and Moon. Both are ice types, with Vulpix being exclusive to Sun and Sandshrew being exclusive to Moon. Furthermore, both Pokemon evolved when exposed to an ice stone. Origin. Sandshrew may be based on the armadillo or pangolin mammals with hard scales and sharp claws, can curl up and up to a ball, and live in desert regions. Both Sandshrew and Sandslash are mentioned to have poisonous claws, similar to how some species of the shrew are venomous. Alolan Sandshrew seems to be based on an igloo and a curling stone. Name origin, Sandshrew may be a combination of sand and shrew. Again, this is another instance of a wild speculation, but it is possible. Sand is simply sand. What? It's called sand in Japanese? What? Oh my god, it is. Well, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, anyway. And other languages, and related articles, references, external links, the Alolan forms. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Actually, before we move on, I forgot to mention, this border here. So it's brown now, so that, yeah, no, that's it. So like, this represents the ground type. You get these variations of brown. And yeah, so we're gonna move on now. Let's watch Sandshrew's first scene in the anime. Hello, and welcome to the anime section of the video. In this, we are watching Pokemon I Choose You. Here we have our main character, Ash Ketchum, with his newly obtained Pikachu. He has made a Spearow angry. It's called for a bunch of other Spearows to help it, and so now they are about to run, and we'll see Sandshrew in kind of a little, yeah, I'll show you, you'll see. So now they're running. See the Spearow following behind. There's the Sandshrew. Yep. Yeah, that was it. That was its whole scene. Just while they're running here. Yep. And we'll move on. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, or as I'd like to call it, Detective Sandshrew, as this is all the frames with Sandshrew to the best of my ability. There's a little bit of a caveat to this one, since there's going to be a few, so like there's obviously a Sandshrew here, there's going to be a few silhouettes that might be Sandshrew, might not be, so we're going to count those
You'll explain when I get to them. So yeah. So here, Tim Goodman, the main character, is watching a video explaining what Rhyme City is, the city he's about to enter. And so the video is explaining how Pokemon and humans have interacted in the past. So yeah.
For the common good.
So here, there's this Pokemon, which might be a Sandshrew, might not be. It's kind of vague. It might not even really be a real Pokemon. If you just saw their generic, Pokemon, this image or whatever. But I've counted it. So anyway, in this scene, we've so this is Tim. He's in Rhyme City. He's going to his dad's apartment after finding out that that his dad died in a car crash. So he's kind of, finishing up business or whatever for him. So it's in the background maybe, or that one. So now, okay, so in that scene, Tim found a vial of the R, what they will later find out to be the R gas. They being him, and I'll explain in a second. Yeah, so he found a vial of R gas, and that was a bunch of Apom, and there was like there was a Sandshrew on a billboard. Like, that's gonna be mostly how Sandshrew appears, is in these video billboards. But yeah, so they got infected, so the gas makes them go crazy. So this is later, in the film. He has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu, and they're about to, like, join forces or whatever. And so, yes, here in the background, and yeah.
Please, don't you?
There's nothing in my jellies.
Sleep on the couch.
Okay, so the jellies thing was, referring to, how, like, that's just something that Detective Pikachu created as, like your gut feeling or whatever. And so now, so that other scene was Tim, and Pikachu entering the apartment after agreeing to join up. Now we're way later in the film. At the end of the film, he's found out that, the Detective Pikachu could talk because he had the soul of his father, who didn't actually die in the car crash. He was saved by a Pokemon called Mewtwo. So like, then the Mewtwo released him, and then that's sort of the end of the film. So he's about to leave Rhyme City. The adventure's over. And so there's the Sandshrew here in the background. It's a little bit more clear than the other ones have been on the billboards, but yeah. Let's move on. There's a bunch of Pokemon around here, yeah. So, it's Detective Pikachu, that's Harry, his leg, there's them in the background. There's one right there. So, Tim has just decided to stay in Rhyme City. Yeah. So we're gonna go get some coffee.
I think he likes that
and
idea.
There's one over here, yeah. And that was, Tim said, like, he's gonna become, like, a detective, and Pikachu, likes that idea. Anyway, so that was this section. Let's move on.
Now let's talk about the TCG. I have one Sandshrew card, and it's a non-Alolan Sandshrew.
It's the 11th design. It's a fighting type, which, as I discussed in my Pikachu video, makes some sense, as ground is not a type in the TCG. It was illustrated by Suwama Chiaki, an illustrator for the TCG. She began in 2006 and still makes cards to this day as of November 2023. It's a fine artwork, nothing too special other than perspective. A Sandshrew has 50 HP, it's 2 foot and 26.5 pounds. It has one move, Scratch. In the video game, Scratch is a move that just inflicts damage to a target. The version on this card is no different. It requires 1 fighting energy and inflicts 20 damage. Sandshrew is weak to water and takes an additional 10 damage. It's resistant to lightning and takes negative 20 damage. Its retreat cost is any energy. In the bottom right corner of this card, there is a symbol meaning that it's from the Supreme Victor's expansion, the 3rd expansion of the Platinum series. Sandshrew's description says, to protect itself from attackers, it curls up into a ball. It lives in arid regions, with minimal rainfall. This is the Pokedex entry in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Black, White, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl. It's level 15. In the video games, it would be 7 levels from evolving into Sandslash.
Speaking of Sandslash, I don't have a Sandslash card, so the next Pokemon with a card I'll be talking about is Female Nidoran. Kind of. I'll explain when I get to that card. Now let's see why people love Sandshrew.
Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. This is the first time we've had one of these properly, because someone has finally responded to one of these, and so I thank you, Tickle My Research, for responding to this. I appreciate it, and I appreciate that you're the the first person. Anyway, they say, so the question was, what do you love about Sandshrew? And I also said you could also do a lowland Sandshrew as well. And they say, so, Sandshrew was one of my first cards. I loved the art, and I thought the skin design was really cool. So that's it. That's the only response I got to this one, but it's great. Thank you.
Let's look at the fan art.
Hello, welcome to the fan art section. Today nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're going to do DeviantArt fan art. For those of you familiar with the series, might be wondering why we're doing this single image here. That's because this is the only image we'll be doing today. This is called 027 Sandshrew by Moo Feeler. Our love is as fine as sand. Aww. So it's this cute image. We saw another one of these for Radicate, and similar, same kind of idea that it looks like a Valentine's Day card, or art you'd find in one anyway. So it's nice. Yeah, let's move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming today, as I need to wait until I've talked about Eevee before I can catch a Sandshrew. As for a lowland Sandshrew, I'll have to get back to that when I've talked about the Gen 7 Pokemon. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Sandslash. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.